Congratulations! You are the most feared warrior in the ancient world. You are also 7 years old, and you are crying, and nobody cares. You are born in 480 BCE in Sparta. Your father is a soldier. His father was a soldier. His father's father was a soldier. In Sparta, this is not a family tradition. It is simply what men are. The day you are born, an elder examines you. Not a doctor. An elder. He checks your limbs, your lungs, your eyes. He is not looking for illness. He is looking for weakness. If he finds it, you will be taken to the foot of Mount Apothete and left there. You are not left there. This is the best thing that will ever happen to you in the first hour of your life. Your mother doesn't hold you and weep with relief. She holds you briefly, checks the same things the elder checked, and hands you to a nurse. In Sparta, sentiment is a resource, and resources are not wasted on things that haven't proven themselves yet. You prove yourself by surviving. For 7 years, you live at home. You eat, you sleep, you run. You are allowed to be a child for exactly 7 years, and then that door closes and does not open again. The morning after your 7th birthday, men come to your house. Your mother has your things already packed. You do not understand this yet. You will. They take you to the agoge. This is the Spartan training system, and it will be your entire life for the next 13 years. You will not go home. You will not sleep in your own bed. You will not eat your mother's food or hear your father's voice except on festival days when families are briefly allowed to see each other and everyone pretends this is normal. The agoge has one purpose: to destroy everything soft in you and see what survives. The first week they take your sandals. You walk barefoot on Spartan stone for 13 years. In summer the ground burns. In winter it freezes. Your feet bleed, and then callous, and then bleed again in different places. By the end of the first year, you walk on stone the way other people walk on grass. They give you one cloak. One. For all seasons. You sleep outside in winter with one cloak, and the boy next to you also has one cloak, and you are not allowed to share, because sharing is weakness, and weakness is the one thing Sparta cannot afford. You eat once a day. The food is a black broth made of pork blood, vinegar, and salt. Visiting dignitaries from other Greek cities have tasted this broth and reportedly said they now understand why Spartans do not fear death. You eat it every day. You also steal food when you can, because the agoge requires it. Not despite the rules, because of them. Getting caught stealing is punished. Getting caught while stealing is punished. Stealing successfully is survival. You are 9 years old, and you are learning that rules exist to be navigated, not obeyed. Your trainer is a man named Damon. He has no softness anywhere on him. He is 40 years old, and he looks 60, and he moves like a man who has fought in 3 wars because he has fought in 3 wars. He teaches you to fight not the way other Greeks fight, standing in orderly formation and hoping for the best, but the way Sparta fights, which is completely and without hesitation. He teaches you that fear is information and information is useful. You are allowed to feel it. You are not allowed to show it. The moment your enemy sees your fear, he has already won half the battle. The moment you see his, you have. He also teaches you to sleep anywhere, eat anything, march through conditions that would stop other armies entirely. By the time you are 12, you can march 30 miles in a day in full armor. By 14, you can do it in half a day. The boys around you in the agoge are your brothers in the specific way that people who have suffered together become brothers. You do not choose them. You do not particularly like all of them, but you would die for them without thinking, because thinking takes time and time kills in battle. There is a boy named Alexios who sleeps next to you for 3 years. He is faster than you and worse at strategy and better at endurance and terrible at the black broth in a way that he hides badly on a winter night when the temperature drops below. What either of you expected, you share your cloaks without saying anything and never speak of it again. This is the closest thing to warmth the agoge allows. At 18, you are considered a soldier. Not fully, not yet. You are assigned to the cryptia. This is the part nobody talks about outside Sparta. The cryptia is a secret operation. Young soldiers are sent into the Spartan countryside at night, alone, with a knife and nothing else. Their mission is to kill helots, the enslaved people who work Spartan land. Specifically the ones who are strong. Specifically the ones who might one day organize a revolt. You go out 3 times. You do not talk about what happens on those nights. Not then, not ever. You file it in. The same place you filed the black broth and the barefoot winters and the 7-year-old crying that nobody cared about. There is a great deal in that place by now. At 20, you are a full Spartan soldier. You join a secession, a military mess group of 15 men. You will eat with these men, train with these men, fight with these men for the rest of your career. Your loyalty to this group is second only to Sparta itself, and practically speaking is the same thing. You are also allowed to marry. This is more complicated than it sounds. You do not live with your wife. You visit her in secret at night and return to barracks before dawn like a man conducting an affair with his own marriage. This continues until you are 30. By Spartan law, you are not a full citizen until 30. Until then, you are a soldier who happens to have a family somewhere that you see occasionally. Your wife is a Spartan woman, which means she is nothing like the wives of other Greek cities. She has trained. She has run. She has opinions, and she voices them with the particular directness of someone who grew up in a city that has no patience for indirectness. She tells you when you are wrong. She expects you to come home with your shield or on it. This is not a figure of speech. She means it. You fight your first major battle at 23. It is not Thermopylae. It is a smaller engagement on the border. A territorial dispute with Argos that has been simmering for a generation. You stand in the phalanx, the Spartan formation, shield to shield with the men of your secession. The man to your left is Alexios. He is still faster than you and still terrible at the black broth. The battle lasts 40 minutes. When it ends, you are standing, and Argos is not. You do not celebrate. Spartan soldiers do not celebrate after battles. They check on their men, treat the wounded, burn the dead with efficiency, and begin marching home. Celebration is for people who are surprised they won. Years pass. You fight 6 more engagements. You advance in rank not because you asked for it, but because the men above you died and you didn't. This is how promotion works in Sparta. At 30, you become a full citizen. You move home. You sleep in your own bed for the first time since you were 7. Your wife watches you stand in the doorway of your own house for a long time without going in. She doesn't say anything. She just waits. You stand there because you don't quite know how to enter a room that doesn't have 15 other soldiers in it. Eventually, you go in. You sit at a table alone with your wife and your children who are half strangers to you. And you eat a meal that is not black broth. You don't know what to say. Neither do they. Sparta has made you the most effective warrior in the ancient world. It has also made you a man who has spent 30 years becoming something that only functions in war. And peace, it turns out, requires an entirely different set of skills that nobody ever taught you. You sit at the table, you eat, you try to remember how to be something other than a soldier. It is the hardest thing you have ever done. And unlike the black broth and the barefoot winters and the 30-mile marches, this is the one thing the agoge never prepared you for.